Hello guys. So in this video, we'll be looking at two pairs of brackets. Two pairs of brackets. All right. So to expand two pairs of brackets, right, we're going to multiply each term in the first bracket by each term in the second bracket. What I mean by that is, for example, we have x plus 1 and x minus 2. Okay, so this is bracket number 1 and this is bracket number 2. So bracket number 1 is going to multiply everything in bracket number 2. All right, so we do it like this. We take x, which is the first one here, and we multiply it by everything in bracket number 2. And we take plus 1 and we multiply it by everything in bracket number 2. So we have x times x, that becomes x squared, x times negative 2, that becomes negative 2x, plus 1 times x, that's 1, plus 1 times minus 2, that's minus 2. So we group like terms, that becomes x squared minus 2 plus 1, that's minus 1, so which is minus x minus 2. And we get our answer. So from this, right, remember we had x plus 1, right, and x minus 2. So this first term multiplies everything in the second bracket, right, x minus 2. Once we're done with this, we then use the second term to multiply it by everything in the bracket. And when we do that, we then simplify and we find our final answer, which was x squared minus x minus 2. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples, right? So example number 1, we have x plus 5 and x minus 2. With the first term in the first bracket multiplying by everything in bracket number 2, plus the second term multiplying by everything in bracket number 2. Okay, x times x, x squared, x times negative 2, that's negative 2x, 5 times x, that's 5x, 5 times negative 2, that's minus 10. We group like terms together and we have x squared minus 2 plus 5, that's plus 3x minus 10. And that is our final answer. All right, so let's do example number 2, where we have 2 on the outside, then we have x minus 1 and x plus 2. Okay, so we can put 2 as a placeholder like that. And then we deal with what is in the brackets first. So we have x plus 2 minus 1, x plus 2. We'll deal with 2 later, right? So x times x, that's x squared, plus x times 2, that's 2x, minus 1 times x, that's minus x, minus 1 times 2, that's minus 2. Okay, our 2, okay, so on the outside, we group like terms. We have x squared, 2x minus x, that's minus x and 2. Right, now we can use our 2. So again, the outside number multiplies with everything inside the bracket. So we have 2x squared minus 2x minus 4. So we just multiplied everything in the bracket by 2. Okay, if we have an expression such as x minus 3 squared, right, the answer to this expression is not is not x squared minus 9 or x squared plus 9. Like, we're simply not going to say x times x and to get x squared and then minus 3 times minus 3 to get 9. Okay, that is not how we deal with it. Remember, we just do what we were doing, whereby we are saying x minus 3 squared is the same as x minus 3 and x minus 3. Now, if we expand, remember the first term multiplies everything in the second bracket minus the second term multiplying by everything in the bracket. So when we do this, now we get x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. And our final answer would be x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, this is our final answer. So this would be wrong. We don't take the letters inside or the numbers inside the bracket and we simply square them. No, we don't do that. We expand it like how we have done right here. All right, so I would do 2 examples of squaring, right? So we have x plus 2 squared, right? So we're going to expand the brackets and simplify, right? And we're given x plus 2 squared. So remember, this is the same as saying x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 2. And we expand our brackets as we were doing above, right? So that becomes x plus 2. X times x, x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Right, so this becomes x squared plus 4x plus 4. That becomes our answer for this part. Let me just call it number 1. And then we're doing number 2, right? So we're given 2a minus 3b and we are squaring it. So we do the same thing, 2a, and we have 2a. Oh, by the way, this is the same as saying 2a minus 3b multiplied by 2a minus 3b. Okay, so we continue and we have minus 3b, and then in the bracket we have 2a minus 3b. 2a times 2a, that's 4a squared, minus 2 times 3, that's 6a times b, that's 6ab, right? Minus 3b times 2a, that's 6ab. Minus and minus gives us a plus. 9 times 3 times 3, that's 9b squared. Okay, so we have 4a squared minus 12ab plus 9b squared. This becomes our final answer. All right, so you simply do what we're doing. You just expand the brackets. All right, no matter how the question comes. So even if you're given 2, for example, let's do the last example. Right, so we are given x minus 3 squared minus x plus 1 squared. Okay, so we deal with these separately before we subtract them. So we have x minus 3, right, minus x plus 1 and x plus 1. Okay, so we deal with this on its own and also deal with this on its own. Once we have expanded and simplified, then we put it all together. So this becomes x minus 3 minus 3 x minus 3. Okay, that's the first part. And we're going to subtract x plus 1 plus 1, x plus 1. All right, and then we expand this. This becomes x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. And we're subtracting, expanding this becomes x squared plus x plus 1. All right, now grouping like terms, we have x squared minus 6x plus 9, subtracting x squared plus 2x plus 1. All right, now we're going to group the like terms, right? So we have x squared minus x squared. So it's the same as we have cancelled out the x squared, right? And we're left with minus 6x, right? Minus 6x minus plus 2x. So it's the same as saying minus 6 minus 2, right? Okay, let me write it down. Minus 6x minus 2x, because remember, a plus and a minus give us a negative. And then we have plus 9 minus plus 1. So minus and plus gives us a negative. So that becomes minus 1. All right, so minus 6x minus 2x, that's minus 8x plus 9 minus 1, that is 8. So we take out the 8 on the outside and we're left with negative x plus 1. So we can rewrite it as 8, 1 minus x. And that becomes our answer. See you in the next video.